Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat mga kapamilya. We are back on Volleyball Weekends and we are on tour for this one. Live po tayo sa loob ng Batangas City Sports Coliseum dito po sa bayan ng Batangas para sa pagpapatuloy ng ating Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference. Live and exclusive coverage here on SNA in our two games. Our doubleheader for this afternoon, May 19th, 2018. We have the High Flyers and the Navy Lady Oragons for our first game, followed by the Bali Purist Defenders and you going up against the Tacloban High Flyers, rounding up, of course, again, our doubleheader for this afternoon. Kicking off the volleyball weekend we are going to have here on SNA. We are live on SNA HD channel 166, Iriga-Navy HD channel 183, and the #1 sports website in the country, sports.abs-CBN.com, and premiervolleyballleague.com. This is Martin Javier at your service this afternoon, and I'll be working alongside two lovely ladies today. First up, working with her for the first time, Miss Anne Remulia Canda, and of course, Ms. Roxanne Montealegre, our panel at large. Rox, kamusta? It's great to be working with you this time here in the PVL.
Yes, and this is your first time, Martin, so I'd like to welcome you to the family. At syempre din, what a treat, because this is the first time we're serving some heated volleyball action here in Batangas City. And hello, Anne.
Hi everyone, and like what you said, Martin, great to be working with you for the first time.
Yes, I'm very excited to be working with the both of you. So Roxanne, ready ka na ba?
Mas ready na ang ating mga players today.
Ikaw, Anne, ready ka na?
Oo naman, ready na.
Alright, mga kapamilya, tara, game!
Hello again mga kapamilya, this is day 6 of the PVL Reinforced Conference. At kung babalikan natin ang last game ng High Flyers against Creamline Cool Smashers, it was heartbreaking for them because that was the first taste of defeat this season. Kaya naman ang question for today, how equipped are they in handling that loss? Pero for them, it's about bouncing back. Para naman sa Lady Oragons, it's about sustaining the energy that they showed in their opening, wherein they won against the Purest Water Defenders. Martin?
Yan ang ating sitwasyon for our first game today. Again, ulitin ko, the High Flyers coming off their first taste of defeat this season. Samantalang ang Navy Lady Oragons naman coming off their debut win. Kaya naman ito ang nagiging itsura ng ating team standings ngayon. And very early in the season with teams playing 1 to 3 games each.
That's right. But still very interesting. We know na importante para sa mga teams na to ang makuha yung kumpiyansa early on here in this conference. Kaya naman kung titingnan natin ang ating win-loss record right now, Cool Smashers, High Flyers, Tacloban Fighting Warais, all sharing the same win-loss record at 2-1. So for High Flyers, it's very important. If they win today's match, they will go up a notch between against these two teams. Para naman sa Navy Lady Oragons, kung makuha nila ang larong ito, they will join itong 2-0. Actually, sila yung magiging top because they still don't have a loss for this season. So very important to get that confidence in as early as the start of this conference.
Yes, so let's see how this weekend will shake up our team standings. Pero Roxanne, paano ba natin mas makikilala pa ang parehong kupunan?
Yes, syempre familiar ang ating mga fans sa mga players, pero this time maganda rin na kilalanin natin ang head of business ng High Flyers na si Raymond Villanueva.
Mordas. And again, Napor wins out against
Young, vibrant, and full of energy. Ilan lang yan sa mga katangian nakita ng PayMaya sa kanilang expansion team dito sa PVL.
PayMaya grabbed this golden opportunity. We got offered to field in a volleyball team. Being one of the younger brands of the whole group, we jumped in. In reality, our brand really hinges on the passions of our young customer base. Volleyball being one of the younger sports that is starting to gain a huge following in the Philippines, it was actually a natural fit. We are very excited to be able to support, I guess, the whole volleyball cause here in the Philippines.
The High Flyers are composed of remarkably talented players under the mentorship of Coach Roger Gorayev.
I would say we're very lucky. There is a lot of support from the group, and they were able to help us basically field the team with the central support of Coach Roger. That's actually how we were able to build a team of High Flyer. Actually, we have a very strong team coming in, so we're very, very excited and being able to see what the PayMaya High Flyers can do.
Malaking potential rin ang nakita nila sa mga young and aspiring athletes sa Pilipinas.
So to the aspiring volleyball players, the sport will grow. It is growing, and then the support now of the brands are coming in. We identify it, so to them, tuloy nyo lang. Continue on with practicing. Now that there's leagues after college, we're seeing more and more that this is not just one of those trends, but we see this as a long-term thing.
At bilang pioneer sa mobile money and payment industry, nais rin ng PayMaya na sabayan ang paglipad ng High Flyers dito sa Premier Volleyball League.
So the goal for the team is definitely a championship. Hopefully we can, yes, sabay-sabay tayo mag-fly high for this season.
High Flyers! At yan po ulit, si Raymond Villanueva, isa sa mga namumuno sa High Flyers. Maraming salamat po sa pagsuporta nyo sa ating mga atleta. At syempre mga pamilya, hindi kami makukumpleto kung wala ang inyong suporta. Kaya naman abangan namin ang inyong mga tweets at ABS-CBN Sports. You can also use the hashtag PVL on ABS-CBN. At maaari nyo rin bisitahin ang #1 Philippine sports website, sports.abs-cbn.com. At kung meron kayong mga photos na gustong i-share, pwede ka rin pumunta sa aming Instagram account at ABS-CBN_sports. At alam mo, Martin and Anne, meron tayong bago na aabangan sa ating live stream. At yan ang hashtag StarCam, kung saan pwede kayong mamili ng inyong favorite volleyball players at sa kanya nakatutok ang cam. Pwede sa isang buong
Narinig
set.
ko, Rox, pwede buong laro, pwede buong set. Basta ipapaalam lang ng mga manonood natin kung sino yung player na pwede nilang i-feature. Just use again the hashtag StarCam and tweet us also at ABS-CBN Sports and hashtag PVL on ABS-CBN. And nakikita na po, naka-split screen po kami, nakatutok ngayon kay Lady Beast Retzel Soltones, ang ating StarCam. So again, tweet us kung sino pong gusto nyong ma-feature dyan sa ating StarCam. Pero sa ating pagbabalik, narinig ko, Ann, meron tayong mga kasama dito sa ating panel. Makakausap natin siya. Hihimayin natin ang parehong kupunan dito sa ating first game. So huwag kayong aalis. Magbabalik ang Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference right here on SNA. And we're back here on Premier Volleyball League, again live on SNA. This is Martin Javier with Andre Muliacanda, and of course the star of the High Flyers, Miss Tess Roundtree. Tess, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
You're doing good? Okay, so you've been such a force so far to begin the season here for the High Flyers, topping the team in scoring this year. So is this, or was this one of your goals going here into the Philippines to score this much for your team?
I didn't have a point value goal for each match, but I just, wanted to be the best teammate I could and contribute to winning. And I didn't think that I would be, as you guys said, the star, but I think I'm just another player on the court that is helping each other. Every girl is contributing, and I'm just, really trying to help the team as much as I can.
we can see that you've been of a really, really great help to the team, great support, in fact. But in terms of adjustment, how would you say have you adjusted to the way the team is playing right now? Well, of course, you still are one of the top scorers, so we can see that you've easily adjusted. But we know that it's a process. So how has it been?
Everyone is, I think, a little bit quicker here, and they're maybe the block isn't as high as I'm used to, so that's been kind of fun to hit around and over the block. But yeah, I think it's just take a week or so to adjust, and I'm still, working on certain things, but it's going really well. So.
Well, it looks like your transition has been seamless so far. But again, thank you so much for joining us here in the panel. Good luck with your game later.
Thank you.
You're coming off your first loss of the season, so we hope you guys can bounce back. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you very much.
So that's it, the star rather of the High Flyers, Miss Tess Roundtree, and we already mentioned that they are coming off their first loss of the season against the hands of the Cool Smashers. Kung yung una nilang dalawang laro, swinip nila yung dalawang kupunan, yung pagkatalo naman na yun, nag-iba yung kanilang kapalaran. Sila naman yung na-sweep ng Creamline Cool Smashers.
Tama ka dyan. There's always a first, and it's probably iniisip din nila sa team. It's good that they experience this loss early on so that they know what are the things they need to correct, what are the things they need to work on. Like what we said, it's a process, and they have imports in the team. It takes some time for the team to really fully gel together.
That's right, and Tess Roundtree is actually the only bright spot for that game, the only player in double figures and the only player averaging in double figures para dito sa High Flyers. And nangangailangan sila ng suporta dito, specifically from Shelby Sullivan and of course their local players.
Definitely, and if we will take a look at the numbers in that match, it seemed like the Cool Smashers actually had an easy time, in defeating the High Flyers. But then, dito sa larong ito, of course, we see some names aside from Tess Roundtree na talagang sumuporta, talagang nandyan. Maybe hindi pa the game that they expect that they will play this conference, but we have the likes of Aiko Ordas,
yes,
for example, who has been picking up in terms of her game. The first two games was a bit slow for Ordas, where she only scored a total of 10 points. But playing their last match, she was already able to put in 8 points in that match. Maybe nasanay tayo kay Aiko, the scoring a little bit higher, but like what we said, it's a process. The team is probably getting used to playing together with these new sets of players on the floor.
You guys can see 8 points from Aiko Ordas. She was rather the second leading scorer of her team in that game against the Cool Smashers. So let's see if she can duplicate that performance and give that much needed support to Tess Roundtree in terms of scoring for the High Flyers. There you go, Aiko Ordas, fresh from her stint with NU in the UAAP. We know she has power, we know she has that scoring ability, but consistency will be something she needs to have for her team to win. That's right?
Definitely. And of course, dito, iba-iba na yung makakatapat na players. So really, a lot more effort needs to be put in.
Alright, sa ating pagbabalik, pag-usapan naman natin ang kabilang kupunan, the Navy Lady Oragons. At may makakasama ulit tayo dito, star naman ng Lady Oragons sa ating pagbabalik po dito sa Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference right here on SNA. And we are back here in the Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference. Patuloy po nating hinihimay ang parehong kupunan dito sa ating pregame. And right now, we are with the star of the Navy Lady Oragons, Miss Macy Euban. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
Okay. Macy, welcome to the panel. First off, how are you? How is the team so far?
We're doing good. I mean, we're in the middle of warm-up, so can't wait to get back out there.
But Macy, what a debut for you, a 27-point outburst right away. Is that something you expected going here, playing for Navy?
It's nothing that I expected, just I went out there trying my best, and that's what happened.
In terms of the way you're playing and gelling with the team now, are there things that you guys are eyeing in terms of what needs to be done to ensure that you run this conference smoothly?
Yeah, there's always things that you have to improve on. Every day at practice, we're trying to get better at one thing, even if it's just a little bit. So you have to keep working every day. and we had 10 days off, so hopefully some of those things helped.
Yeah, how was that though? Because your last game was a while back, so how was your preparation in terms of conditioning and training with your team?
I wish it had been harder, but hopefully we're ready for today. I guess we'll see.
Well, thank you so much, Macy, for being with us here in the panel, and good luck with your game later against the High Flyers.
Thank you.
There you go, the star of the Navy Lady Oragons, Miss Macy Euben. At nabanggit na niya, they are coming off their debut win, but it did not come easy. They faced off against a very young squad in Bali Purist Water Defenders and you, and they were actually tested in 4 sets. Lahat yun dikit-dikit.
Tama ka dyan. It wasn't easy, and we heard it from her, no, nung sa kanilang training. She wished it was actually harder. So you can see how passionate these players are, of course. So, you know, to really prepare themselves so that they will be at their best, you know, when they meet their opponents.
And they had 10 days off. They had a lot of time to prepare for this game against the High Flyers. But when we take a look at the numbers here against Bali Purist Water Defenders and you, 4 sets, pero kitang-kita mo, kumalas lang sa set number 4. Dun lang yung pinakamalaking lamang. At ang nakakuha pa nun ay ang Navy Lady Oragons 6-point lead in set number 4.
But I think if there's one thing that we'll see from this score at dikit siya, no, it's how the team really holds on. Yung end game is what we can see the Navy Lady Oragons has. And I would say it's because of the experience and the maturity of the players that composes this team.
And I heard they only had 1 month to prepare for this conference. So getting that win over a Jill team like that is such a feat already for your first game and a good debut as well. But we've been talking about her performance. We talked to her earlier. Macy Euben, a star here for the Navy Lady Oragons, 27 points in her first game. And what's more impressive for me, Anne, is she did not only do it on the offensive end, but she also contributed defensively for her team.
And that's always a good sign to know that you have a well-rounded player. Imagine scoring more than a set in terms of points. So that's how lethal she is. And that overall game showing that, you know, she's got all the skills that is required. You know, that makes it all the more difficult for their opponents to, you know, really match her and beat the game of this team.
But she is in for a tougher matchup today against Shelby Sullivan, and of course test round 3 against the 2-1 High Flyers. Mga kapamilya, do not forget to tweet us with the hashtag PVL on ABS-CBN and tweet us on ABS-CBN Sports. You guys can also check out exclusive photos on Instagram at ABS-CBN_sports. And please like us on Facebook as well at Premier Volleyball League. Pero ito na, magsisimula na tayo dito. Any initial thoughts on our game, our first game this Saturday?
Well, I think today it's an all-important game for both these teams. Pinag-usapan natin kanina, no, how important it is to win this match. Again, it's all about the team standings right now and getting that advantage when it comes to confidence, piling those wins in. So, makikita natin dahil nagkakasubukan pa lang ang teams natin dito sa round na ito.
At huwag nyo rin kakalimutan, pag-tweet nyo sa amin, mag-tweet na rin kayo ng favorite player na gusto nyong i-feature sa ating Star Cam, ang pinakabagong feature natin dito sa Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference. It's you know, we have a lot of stars here from both teams, 2 imports, Macy Euben, that's round 3, yung mga in-interview po natin kanina. But right now, I think we are ready to get started with the game. So let's turn it over to our Coliseum announcer for the team presentations.
Welcome once again to the Premier Volleyball League On Tour Reinforced Conference in Batangas. Before we call our players out onto the court, please help me in welcoming our referees for the match. Our first referee, Herbert Matamico, National Referee. Our second referee, Nestor Bello, International Referee. And now our players from PayMaya High Flyers. Number 1, Technical Roundtree. Number 2, Shelby Sullivan. And their captain, number 4, Jasmine Nabor. Number 9, Aiko Ordaz. Number 13, Celine Domingo. number 15, Jerry Lee Malabana. And their libero, number 6, Leslie Ann Pantone. And their head coach, Coach Roger Gurayer. And now for the Philippine Navy's Iriga-Navy Oragons. Number 5, Janet Sarafka. Number 6, Angela Kim. Number 7, their captain, Graziel Bombita. Number 9, Hezimi Acuña. Number 12, Macy Ubin. Number 13, Lauren White. And their libero, number 15, Mary Jane Picard. And their head coach, Edgardo Rusil.
Babalik po tayo dito sa Batangas Sports Coliseum for the live and exclusive coverage of the Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference. And on your screens right now, the starting units for both squads, High Flyers versus the Navy Lady Oragons. Makikita natin dyan, initial matchup. Dalawang import na talagang towering dito sa Premier Volleyball League as we enter set number 1.
Kuha ng litrato.
S. Roundtree, Macy Ubin, Lauren White, and Shelby Sullivan, who is, by the way, struggling in the past 2 games, only 13 points combined. We begin set number 1 here. Again, we are live in Batangas City Sports Coliseum. And the High Flyers will draw first blood here in this game.
Now serving for PayMaya, number 4.
That was courtesy of an attack from Jerry Malabana and Jasmine Abor. Serving it up for the High Flyers. All over received there, but sent over by High Flyers. Eubank off speed, no good. Here comes Ordas. Ordas scores right away. So 2-0 now for the High Flyers here in set number 1.
Very strong and aggressive start for the High Flyers.
And sa panimulan nitong ating laro, maganda yung matchup natin. Both imports, very powerful. At ang mga locals din natin, magagaling din yan. But for the High Flyers first, they are 2-1 right now. How do you think they can bounce back against the Navy Oragons?
I think first things first, it would be the mindset of this team. It's how badly they want to win this game. If we talk about it skill-wise, you know, definitely itong buong koponan na to, they have it. And we know how skilled these players are. They have the best products from collegiate ranks. So talagang, yun lang, it's really just the mindset in today's game.
This is actually an ensemble from NU, FEU, and San Sebastian. Here's that running attack that came up short for Shelby Sullivan. Now on the other side, 10-day rest para dito sa Navy Lady Oragons. How do they shake off the rust, at least, to begin this game?
Well, I think I'll go back to the maturity of these players. Of course, we know that both these teams have a goal right now, and it's all about winning. For this team, it's having that presence of mind, making sure, well, right now we're seeing a bit of a slow start for this team. What they need is, you know, to ensure that they'll be aggressive, they'll keep at the same pace all the time with their opponent.
But a 4-2 start here, a miss hit there by Macy Ubin. Aiko Urda scoring 2 points right away, 2 of the 4 from the High Flyers. Jerry Malabanan at the service line right now. Malabanan. Serafika lobs it up. Lauren White from the back row. That doesn't work. Nabor, back set. Urdas. Aiko Urdas straight to the blockers. That's a point para dito sa Lady Oragons.
One of the things that is definitely needed in this match, tight blocking.
Angela Kim, one of the more mature players para dito sa Lady Oragons at 35 years old. And that's a point for the High Flyers. Yes, Roundtree scoring her first point of this match. You're seeing on your screens the Texas A&M product, Shelby Sullivan. Again, after her 15-point performance, parang nanlamig siya, dahil 13 points lang in total ang kanyang in-score dun sa kanilang dalawang huling laro.
But let's see if today is a day wherein she'll score more. And so far, doing well at the service line.
And the best blocker of the UAAP said Domingo, doing what she does best, blocking that shot of Acuna. But this is a point for Navy. It's Macy Euben scores that long hit. 27 points in her debut. Euben serves it up. Tabor goes to the other side. Pass around three. That's a powerful hit. Goes down the line there. So the scorers here for the High Flyers connecting early as they take a 7-4 lead. Serafika. Binigay kay Bombita who scores. Grace Bombita, ang kapitana po ng Lady Oragons, scoring her first point of the game.
For this match, of course, we focus on the setters. It's very important to see kung ano bang diskarte yung gagawin nila today. We have very skilled blockers for both teams, so it's important that they get to deceive and ensure that their plays won't be predictable today.
We enter this technical timeout, the first one off the game, 8-5 lead for the High Flyers.
Welcome back mga kapamilya dito sa PVL Reinforced Conference. Forget about your mistakes in the last game and think about what you can contribute for today. Yan ang pinaka-importanteng reminder ni Coach Roger Gorayev para sa High Flyers. Pero kung words of wisdom ang baon nila sa game na ito, para naman sa Lady Oragons, ito ay ang positive vibes at good energy mula sa kanilang recent Karamoan trip. Dahil naniniwala nga si Coach Egay Rusin that rest and team building activities are just as important as practice. So let's see Martin and Ann kung makita nga natin ang kanilang magandang connection na nabuo sa trip na yon. Martin and Ann?
Thank you, Rox. Well, they're catching up right now, only down by 2 points. Balikan natin yung punto mo kanina, Ann. The middle blockers para dito sa parehong kupunan. Shed Domingo para sa High Flyers at syempre Hez Acuna. How do they adjust? Syempre, mas matatangkad, mas malalakas yung makakalaban nila featuring this 4 powerful imports.
I think for one, the most important thing is kung paano sila magbabasa ng plays. We're looking at very talented setters in Serafika and Nabor. So yung talagang tutok at pagbasa kung saan play ba dadalhin, very important yan. Dahil kailangan talaga very tight ang blocking mo. Because we've seen it earlier part of the set. Maraming malinis na palo that really landed on the floor. And yun nga, malaking tulong ang kailangan nila. Defense pa lang, sa net pa lang.
And speaking of Jasmine Abor, at the service line right now, a 10-7 lead for the High Flyers. Icar pops it up. They go to Lauren White. A down-the-line hit to cut the lead down to 2 here in set number 1. Lauren White had 17 points to follow up Macy Euban's 27-point performance, and she scores a service ace there. So slowly but surely, etong Lady Navy Oragons chipping away in this lead. It's only a 1-point lead, 10-9. Lauren White coming from George Washington University. And it's actually her first time here in the Philippines.
It's actually a great time to visit the Philippines. And
yes,
here
it's summertime.
It's summertime, exactly.
At yun na, nakapagbakasyon pa sila.
Oo, it would be great that if they could visit, a lot of our nice beaches, go around.
They're gonna be here for a while, and it's also a great idea para sa bonding din, syempre, nung kanilang respective teams. As you see, a point there by the High Flyers. Serafika goes to Euben. And that's well checked by the blockers this time. Tess Roundtree with the kill block. Kind of low for Macy Euben. Icar, Serafika, Bombita, the off-speed hit. Straight to the blockers again. So now we're seeing a better blocking coverage mula dito sa High Flyers, at least in the last or in the two latest possessions of this game.
Look at that, well read and well timed for Sullivan.
LB Sullivan looking to revive her form in this game. And that's an error from the High Flyers. So balik ang bola dito sa Lady Oragons. Jello Kim will serve it up. Roundtree. Nabor. They go to the middle. Oh! Shelby Sullivan seeing the open spot there.
This simply put, right in the middle.
Nobody home for the Lady Oragons there to save the ball. Yuben off the blocker, she scores.
Making sure she hits it hard enough for it to bounce outside.
That's another point for Macy Yuben. Looking to again duplicate her very impressive debut here in the PVL. Nabor, Roundtree, oh, powerful hit. Sinagot naman doon si Macy Yuben. That's Roundtree helping the High Flyers maintain this lead. Great setup job there as well by Jasmine Nabor. But again, a service error that's been continuously killing the momentum netong High Flyers dito sa ating laro.
The giveaway points for the High Flyers. Come to think about it, without those errors, they might actually have, you know, a higher, bigger lead against the Navy Lady Oragons.
Ayan lang actually ang nagpapahabol dito sa Navy Lady Oragons. Better coverage there by Navy. Here's Ordas straight to the blockers and in.
Now I think Ordas also has to find a way how she can get her balls through. Dahil basang-basa na siya ng blockers.
Ever since her first 2 points, nababasa na siya ng mga blocker ng Lady Oragons. Oh, that's a service ace. Coming from Grace Bombita.
Right at the line.
You guys can see on your screens, Coach Roger Gurayev. Only a 1-point lead for the High Flyers here. Bombita, another nice serve. Nabor sends it over. Sarafika pops it up, and that goes out. And sends us to our second technical timeout here in set number 1. High Flyers leading it by 2. Balik tayo dito sa Premier Volleyball League at balikan muna natin ang previous matchup. Pool Smashers versus the High Flyers, and you can see now the big disparity there in the spiking department as well as in the service aces doon sa larong yan.
And these are the things that the High Flyers need to revisit and hopefully improve on in this match. As take a look at that good serve.
Lauren White. Down the line finish again. Lauren White cuts the lead down to 1. Let's see that one more time. But for her, medyo naging madali yung adjustment dahil magkakampi sila ni Macy Yuben when they were playing in Switzerland before they went here to the Philippines.
All the close to the net.
Ooh. That's an error. So High Flyers again back on top by 2. And it seems like the Navy Lady Oragons can't get over the hump. Hindi nila maitabla yung laban natin dito sa set number 1. As Sed Domingo serves it up. Serafika, the push by White. Alik kay Serafika. She goes back to White. Domingo cannot save the ball. Lauren White with another point.
For White, it's important that she gets a proper setup.
Here's a powerful hit. Straight to Sed Domingo there. Roundtree, Nabor. Back set, that running hit again from Shelby Sullivan does not work. Nabor, pabalik dito kay Sullivan. This time, that running attack is successful for her.
She really asked for it the second time around. And changed up her target, went for that sharp cross-court.
An angle hit off that sweep attack from Shelby Sullivan. That's misreceived by Macy Euben. The High Flyers with 2 straight points. A timeout here called by Coach Iriga-Navy.
Para sa mga gitna, kaliwa, kanan. Paano mache-check yan kung nakatayo tayo? Dapat umabol din tayo. Wala, hindi tayo makalamang na score.
Let's go! Wala, unti-unti niyo. Come on, guys, right there! Let's go! Hey, Navy!
Coach Iriga-Navy looking for answers here dahil nga hindi sila makalamang dito o kahit man lang matabla yung laro. Now they gave up 2 points. 2 straight points for the High Flyers.
And he was also very particular. No? Sinasabi niya, paano nga sila makakahabol kung nakatayo sila? So it's all about positioning, I would suppose, both at the net and also pagdating sa kanilang depensa. But before that, they have to first address that first pass. Na, ngayon, hirap sila. They're unable to set up those plays. No first pass na eksakto sa kanilang setter.
And right on cue. Another attack error there para dito sa Lady Oragons. Let's see how they will adjust here. Oh, misreceived again by Euben, but saved by Tikar. Serafika will send it over. Here comes the High Flyers. Oh, they go to Urdas. Saved by Serafika. Lauren White with the attack. Great rally here, and the drop there works, I believe, for Shelby Sullivan.
Sullivan very smart. Looking at those, at that.
He was.
Unmanned spots.
Yep. And Shelby Sullivan, again, looking to bounce back in the last 2 games. But the High Flyers give the point to the Lady Oragons here. Lauren White serving it up. Antone gives it to Ordas. Oh, inuha yun sa ilalim ni Aiko Ordas, kaya napalakas yung palo niya. So here we go again. The Navy Lady Oragons not going away here in set number 1. White. They go back to Urdas, checked by the blockers, but it went through. So that's a point for Aiko Urdas. This attack coming from Aiko Urdas. It was well checked. Nakapwesto na din yung blockers pero nakalusot pa rin yung bola. Lim. Oh, Roundtree. Lauren White from the back row.
A lot of errors we're seeing right now. Actually from both these teams, but good thing PayMaya, the High Flyers, they're able to get in more points.
And showing composure as well towards the end of this set. Euben with a hit. Antone goes to Urdas, straight to Lauren White there. Here's Macy Euben again, saved by Nabor. Great floor defense being shown here by the High Flyers. Serafika, Bombita with a powerful hit.
Wow.
Ang bigat ng palo na yun.
Oh, so much force put into that. Look at this. Ang bilis pa nung pagland ng bola. So it means it's not just power. There was a very good wrist action also put into that attack.
That breaks the dry spell for the Navy Lady Oragons, but they could not capitalize on that. The High Flyers are now at set point here, courtesy of this point from Tess Roundtree. Another timeout called here by Coach Iriga-Navy.
Hoy, makinig. Puro drop ball yung pinapatay sa atin, ba't di natin kinukuha? Kunin natin yung drop ball, oh. Dalawang drop ball. Ang dami natin yung arrow, tignan mo, lahat. Putos ng kabila, puro error natin. 10 error. Kung di tayo gagalaw, ano gagawin natin?
Go guys, let's go guys.
Mga tayo.
Ready guys, ready. Let's clean our setup. Hey, Navy. Oragons. 5 minutes to 5.
Alright, Coach Egay Rusit wants his team to adjust on the errors kasi napaparami na nga dito, giving the 5-point lead and a set point dito sa High Flyers.
Let's see, one of the things that cost them earlier was their first ball. So kailangan nila ngayon magandang first ball.
Sa Rafika, ACU, but that's a better setup there. And that resulted to a point for Navy Lady Oragons. Let's see if this could get them going. But right as you mentioned, Anne, yung first ball, mas maganda yung naging setup dun kay Macy Euben. Nabor. Ordas! That was an awkward looking hit from Aiko Ordas. So 2 straight points para dito sa Navy. Taplis lang.
Oh, and it was too close to the net for Ordas.
Nabor. High Flyers on the attack. They choose Roundtree. Saved by White. That's Acuna with another point. 3 straight now. At si Coach Roger Guerrem naman ang humingi ng timeout dito.
Palipag mo yung set sa kanya pwede naman din sa una. Diba? May backline ka pa. Ha? Yung composure mo dyan sa pagsiset mo Sige, they're targeting you. So you have to move. Tatana sa katabi ka niya, diba? Okay. Kapag na-receive niya, may option ka pa. Pag mataas yung, make it a very high reception so that you can go. So para maisip mo sa kanya. Okay, backline ka.
Now that solitary point to take the set, magiging mailap dito para sa High Flyers as they give up 3 straight points to Navy Lady Oragons. Euben serves it up. Nice serve, Nabor. Goes to Ordas. Off the block, Tikar with a save. Bombita. Here come the High Flyers. Roundtree straight to the blockers. And that's 4 straight points for the Navy Lady Oragons, trimming the lead down to 1.
This is a good way of showing yung captain, this experienced team. That's not easy. Hindi madali, but let's see. They've been consistent so far.
That's another nice serve. Nabor back to Ordas. Checked by the blockers. They go to Roundtree to the other side. And that puts the set away for the High Flyers here. Great setup job by Jasmine Nabor, choosing their leading scorer so far in the Reinforced Conference, Tess Roundtree. That attack straight to Lauren White. So set number 1 goes to the High Flyers here. The score of 25-23. Set number 2 coming up next together with the stats and highlights of set 1. Huwag kayong alis, magbabalik ang PVL on SNA.